34th Guam Youth Congress is hereby called to order. Representative Paz, your motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that we dissolve into the Committee of the Whole to swear in our new members.
Thank you. There has been a motion to dissolve into the Committee of the Whole. Are there any objections? Hearing, seeing none, motion carries. I would like to take this time to welcome our representative-elects as well as Senator Chris Barnett to the front for your swearing in. Representative-elects, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I solemnly swear in the presence of Almighty God that I will well and faithfully support the Constitution of the United States, the laws of the United States applicable to Guam, and the laws of Guam. And that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my duties as a representative of the Guam Youth Congress. Congratulations, new representatives of the 34th Guam Youth Congress.
Thank you, Speaker. I just want to commend and congratulate you as you take these early steps on your journey of commitment to serving our people. There have been many great leaders who have come up through the Youth Congress, so just be mindful of the work and also know that in the 37 Guam legislature, oftentimes we turn our eyes towards the Youth Congress to see the issues that we are going to be discussing. And so you guys are definitely the pipeline for the concerns of our people, especially our young people. So continue to serve with honor, dignity, and decorum, and congratulations on behalf of the people of Guam and the 37 Guam legislature. Biba!
Thank you. I'd like to take this time to go into a brief recess as well as welcome Commissioner Thomas Hicks to the mic of the United States Election Commission to give some brief remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's a great honor to see you being sworn in today. How many of you are 16 or older? Then I would highly encourage you to register to vote. Maria, who is head of elections here in Guam, would give you information on how to do that after this. But I would say that this is a great first step that you are taking to lead not only Guam, but our nation overall. When I was your age, did something similar at my high school during that time, and I think that that propelled me to where I am today. President Obama nominated me in 2010 for this position, and I've been in this position for 9 years now. And I think that as a, I don't want to say poor, but middle-class kid growing up in Massachusetts, I didn't see myself traveling the world and seeing our great nation, all 50 states, and all 5 territories now. And so I think that this is a great first step, and as the Senator said, continue to serve with dignity, honor, and something that we've lacked over the last 10 or so years, decorum. So thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me that opportunity.
Thank you. Together. At this time, I'd like to welcome our audience to go continue watching in the lobby, but you will be asking you to leave the session hall. Thank you so much. Congratulations again to our new members of the 34th Guam Youth Congress. The 34th Guam Youth Congress is now back from recess. Representative Paz, your motion.
Madam Speaker, with swearing in now concluded, I move that we rise from committee as a whole.
There's been a motion to rise from the committee of the whole. Are there any objections? Hearing and seeing none, motion carries. We now rise from the committee of the whole. Will all representatives please rise for the prayer? Representative Fortuno, you are recognized.
Sedus Masi, Madam Speaker, let us all bow our heads in prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Gracious and merciful Father, as we convene in the December session of the 34th Guam Youth Congress, we come before you with gratitude for the opportunities to serve our community. In this season of joy and reflection, we ask for your blessings upon our deliberations. May the spirit of Christmas inspire us to approach our responsibilities with kindness, compassion, and a genuine concern for the well-being of our youth. Grant us the wisdom to craft legislation that fosters unity, understanding, and uplifts the spirit of the season. As we celebrate the birth of your Son, Jesus Christ, let his message of love and goodwill resonate in our hearts and guide our decisions. May the laws we enact bring about positive change, ensuring a brighter future for the generations to come. Bless our island with peace, prosperity, and an abundance of goodwill. In this festive season, may the light of hope shine brightly in our actions and our decisions. We offer these prayers with gratitude and a humble spirit, seeking your continued guidance. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Thank you, Representative Fortuno. Now for Representative Villasoto to lead the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, and now for the Guam hymn.
Fanogi chamoru purita nota kontai matsu non yagi toru ilukan para honra para gloria abiba es la sen para honra para gloria abiba es la sen para utoru y tiempo y paz para ita dan ginani langit na bendition contra peligro na fans ofuem zus proteis languam contra peligro na fans ofuem zus proteis languam.
Thank you. Now Representative Cho.
Inefresi, kininimastakilo, gihinasoku, imastakilo, gi corazonhu. Zanimas figu, naninasenyahu, huaprasen maisazu, parabarhu protehi, zanhu defendi, ihinengi, ikotura, ilenguahi, iairi, ihanom zanitanu chamoru. Ni idenshaku deretsu gininazu ustata. Esti huafima gihilungi Biblia zanibenderahu ibanderan guahan.
Thank you. You may all be seated. Recording Secretary, roll call, please.
Representative On. Representative Atoigui. Representative Angie. Vice Speaker Cho. Representative Concepcion. Representative Cruz. Representative Fortuno. Representative Galindez. Representative Gale. Representative Hamlani. Representative Jolly. Representative Kirasoma. Representative Laksamana. Representative Lee. Representative Nguyen. Representative Mann. Representative Paz. Representative Valandes. Representative Pangilinan. Representative Kichisu. Representative Ramos. Representative Kiana Lynn Santos. Representative Lysis Santos. Representative To. Representative Whitaker. Representative Wu. Representative Villasoto. Vice Speaker Vinch. Representative Yang. Madam Speaker, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Representative Paz, your motion.
Madam Speaker, I move to excuse members not present and voting this session.
There's been a motion to excuse all present present members present and voting. Are there any objections? Hearing, seeing none, motion carries. With no items in sections 7, 8, and 9, the call for the approval of the legislative journal, communications, petitions, and messages are waived. And with no business in items 10 and 11, reports of the standing and select committees are waived. Representative To, your motion.
I move to add resolution 12-34, 13-34, and 14-34 onto the legislative agenda for today's session.
There's been a motion to add resolutions 12-34, 13-34, and 14-34 onto today's legislative agenda. Are there any objections? Hearing, seeing none, motion carries. Representative Paz, your motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to adopt today's amended legislative session agenda.
There's been a motion to adopt today's amended legislative session agenda. Are there any objections? Hearing, seeing none, motion carries. Representative Paz, your motion.
Madam Speaker, I make a motion to deem that all bills and resolutions on today's session agenda are deemed to have their first reading.
There has been a motion that all bills and resolutions on today's session agenda have been deemed their first reading. Are there any objections? Hearing or seeing none, motion carries. Representative To, your motion.
I make a motion to place Bill 10-34 into the second reading file for discussion.
There's been a motion to place Bill 10-34 COR into the second reading file for discussion. Are there any objections? Hearing, seeing none, motion carries. Representative Toe, you are recognized.
Madam Speaker, I rise today to discuss my bill, the Flexible Adjustment for Inflation-Related Pay Act, or Fair Pay Act. Today, the cost of living becomes an increasing burden on the pockets of consumers. This is particularly true for our minimum wage workers who play a vital role in the economy. As the Consumer Price Index rises over time, it is important that our minimum wage reflects these changes. Under this proposed legislation, Guam's minimum wage will increase every year at the same rate as the Consumer Price Index, thus helping alleviate the burden inflation has on our pocketbooks. Inflation is an issue that affects what goods we buy and has become an increasingly important factor in how we spend our hard-earned money. Inflation effectively makes people poorer if they are receiving the same wage. Therefore, by adjusting the minimum wage comparable to inflation, families will have enough to continue purchasing their necessities. Even though changes in inflation may be small, it all adds up. Minimum wage workers today are worse off than they were 2 years ago, and this shows. Parents are unable to buy basic goods for their families, and because of inflation and a stagnant minimum wage, this problem will only worsen over time. Siju Smasi, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Toe. Are there any members wishing to speak on this bill? Or sorry, Representative Toe, your motion.
I make a motion to place Bill 10-34 into the second reading file for discussion.
Are there any members wishing to speak on this bill? Representative Fortuno, you are recognized.
Situs Masi, Madam Speaker, and first off, I want to again commend the good author of this bill, Representative Toe, for leading the effort in proposing some youth-initiated solutions to some of the concerns that we're seeing in our community. As the good author stated, we have seen the effects of the way the global trends of inflation has affected our island. Families are having difficulties buying basic goods like milk, eggs, all these things, right? And one of the intents of this legislation that Representative Toe has proffered is to tie in the increases in the minimum wage to the inflation rate, so that to make sure that our individuals and our families who work minimum wage jobs are not left behind. Just to reference or just to refresh some of my colleagues' memory, the last legislation that was passed to increase the minimum wage was passed in 2015, which put Guam on a step towards going to $9.25, which took effect in September 2021 while we were in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. But as much as I want to wholeheartedly support the bill, I do want to take the opportunity to proffer some questions first to kind of address some of the lingering questions that I have in my mind to make sure that legislation as big and as dramatic and as helpful, hopefully helpful as this, creates the effect that we want, right? Which is to lift up communities, lift up families in the face of inflation. So should the author yield, I do have a few questions. One of the questions being, so the way the bill, as I'm interpreting the language, is that the increases take effect on the beginning of our, sorry, let me just look at the legislation one more time. The 30th of September of each year. Do these increases take effect without any more action by the legislature, or do these effects take immediate right after, let's say, the government, the executive branch, is able to determine what was the rate, the CPI rate that's been determined? Does this effect happen without any action by the legislature anymore? Assuming that this bill is passed. Should the author yield, Madam Speaker?
Representative Toe, do you yield to this question?
Yes, I yield. Can I just have a little clarification on the question, though? Sorry.
Sorry, let me restate my question. So, based on the legislation, the increases take effect on September 30th of each year. As we all know, the way these minimum wages increases have worked in the past is that the legislation creates a bill to increase the minimum wage, right? Of course, it would be prudent for the legislature to keep in mind these rates that come from the CPI index. But based on this legislation, it seems to call for an automatic increase to happen every September 30th. So does this mean that these increases take effect without any more action by the legislature? It just happens if the new rate comes out and then it's September 30th, the rate immediately goes up without any involvement by the legislature?
I believe I will need to clarify on this, but I believe the legislature will need to take action for this.
Oh, all right. Thank you for that. Another question, this is a pretty forward-thinking approach that Representative Toe has thought of, and I really commend him for it. While he was doing research in crafting this bill, has he come across any other states or jurisdictions that have enacted similar legislations where their minimum wage increases are attached to the increases in the inflation rate within their states and jurisdictions, if the author yields?
Representative Toe, do you yield to this question?
Yes. So I know there are some states that have this legislation, but I did not look into them. I just purely looked into like Guam legislation. Yeah.
Yes. Again, I thank the good author for being able to answer some of the lingering questions that I have with the legislation. I'm not so sure if the way the bill is currently structured in the language, if, again, as the good author stated, it still will require some sort of legislative action to take place before every September 30th. Based of the language as is, I can reference it word for word here. On the 30th day of each September, the minimum wage rate shall be increased effective the first day of January of the following year. Oh, okay, it says here effective the first day, so it doesn't take effect on September 30th. And the annual average increase in the CPI in the Pacific Division Statistical Area published by the Bureau of Labor. Yada. Any increase under this paragraph shall be adjusted to the nearest multiple of 0.5 cents. Right now, the way the language is structured is it doesn't seem to call for some sort of legislative action. But before I move forward, I wanted to proffer another inquiry to the good author, if she yields. Is his intent for the legislation to still require legislative action before these increases take effect, besides of this bill being hypothetically passed, right? Before each increase every year, does it still need to have legislative action before the rate actually takes effect, if he yields?
Representative Toe?
Yes, I yield. There is no, I guess it's supposed to be automatic. That's my intent. So no legislation needs to think about it. It's just automatic. They look at how inflation increases, and then it automatically changes respectively to that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you again to the good author for being able to clarify some of those those questions because yes, just looking at the legislation, I want to make sure that I'm able to see through what the approach is. But now that I've answered some of my lingering questions, I do want to provide some of my input on this. I understand that again, it's important that we lift up our communities as much as possible, and we want to be able to help them out as much as we can. But some of the concerns that I have with an approach like this is that this bill can really unleash some of the good, but also some bad that we might not see, especially now that the control of having legislative action be required for each increase being waived, right? Once let's in the hypothetical situation that this bill is passed, these rates will come in automatically. Of course, it's not like it's a bad thing, right? As the good author stated, these rates will be tied to the CPI index, my apologies. But again, some concern that I have is the lack of legislative involvement that will come with each increase. But that concludes my remarks. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Fortuno. Are there any other members wishing to speak on this bill? Vice Speaker Cho, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just have a few questions as well to the author of this bill. This bill is well written out and with great intent to help our island's people, but with the continuous inflation of goods, will there ever be a cap on this minimum wage so that it won't end up burdening our business owners and even the government of Guam? Because with the continuous inflation, it's obviously only going to go up, and it's good for the common people who are making minimum wage, but what about the business owners, especially the small business owners who have to pay these wages? And can the government of Guam afford this if the minimum wage ends up going all the way up to like $20?
Representative Cho, are you posing this question to Representative To?
Yes.
Representative To, do you yield?
Yes, I yield. So, as of right now, there's no cap, but I think definitely we can write another legislative piece that'll help compensate for higher inflation rates.
So, compensate for higher inflation rates as in the government will be helping these small businesses pay for the higher wages?
I think we can, I think that's definitely a viable thing to consider. I think we can just write another legislation. But like for now, yeah, we can definitely amend the piece for sure. You know there are a lot of questions that kind of questions the logistics, and it's great input. I think that's something we can definitely consider as making amendments to it.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Representative Cho. Are there any other members wishing to speak on this legislation? Seeing or hearing none, Representative To, you are welcome to close.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I urge all my colleagues to vote in favor of this bill that will bring economic parity to all of our minimum wage workers. I would like to thank Vice Speaker Cho and Representative Fortuno for giving their input, and Sujus Masi.
Representative To, your motion.
So, Madam Speaker, I move to place Bill 10-34 to the third reading file for voting.
There's been a motion to place Bill 10-34 into the third reading file for voting. Are there any objections? Seeing or hearing none, motion carries. Representative Fortuno, you are recognized.
Stus Masi, Madam Speaker, I move to place Bill 11-34 COR into the second reading file for discussion.
There's been a motion to place Bill number 11-34 COR into the second reading file for discussion. Are there any objections? Hearing seeing none, motion carries. Representative Fortuno, you are recognized.
Sudus Masi, Madam Speaker. Bill number 11-34 COR, introduced by Representatives Austin Geismer Fortuno, Christian Gals Ramos, Nathan I. Paz, and Julianne L. Laksamana, is an act to add a new Section 33108 to Chapter 33 of Title 17 Guam Code annotated, relative to requiring the availability of automated external defibrillators at all facilities of the University of Guam and the Guam Community College by June 30th of 2024, and to cite this act as the Access to Life-Saving AEDs at UOG and GCC Campuses Act of 2023. This bill was introduced in mid-October and was heard by the Committee on Education and Youth Affairs also in mid-October. As we all know, the occurrence of a sudden and out-of-hospital cardiac arrest claims more than 356,000 lives annually just here in the United States, according to the AHA. And every minute that passes without defibrillation, the survival rate of victims decreases by 7 to 10%. And according to a study, the immediate defibrillation that is provided by AEDs can significantly increase the chances of survival, often to over 70%. Right now, based on the statistics, there are more than 4,300 degree-granting post-secondary institutions here in the United States alone, and only a fraction of that number has an implemented comprehensive AED program, leaving many campuses ill-prepared to respond to sudden cardiac arrest emergencies. At the committee hearing that was held in mid-October for this bill, one of the good co-sponsors of this bill, Representative Paz, referenced that at the University of Guam, there's only one AED placed, at least as he can view it, in terms of educational facilities located in the School of Health, right? Which is where we generate our island's nurses and health science workers. But that leaves a huge majority of the campus and a huge portion of the student population at risk for lack of access to AEDs, these life-saving tools. And as we all know, the University of Guam and the Guam Community College campuses are educational spaces that host, among many things, right, the academic learning of our students, but also numerous events, including sports competitions, cultural gatherings, and academic conferences. The diverse activities and events that occur on these campuses increase the potential risk of sudden cardiac arrest incidents, which emphasize the need for AEDs at these locations. Therefore, it is the intent of this legislation to prioritize the safety and the well-being of our students, our faculty, the staff, and visitors at the University of Guam and the Guam Community College premises by requiring them with the installation and the maintenance of AEDs on each college campus. And that should conclude my opening remarks, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Fortuno. Is there any member wishing to speak on this bill? Representative Galindez.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would like to express my support for Bill 11-34 and commend Representative Fortuno for his efforts to compose a bill to provide more convenient access to automated external defibrillators on our University of Guam and Guam Community College campuses. It is important to prioritize the health and safety of our people, and through this bill, we can expand the ways in which we make that a reality. I would like to additionally commend his acknowledgement and understanding that the range of activities in which these campuses are used can lead to greater risks of sudden cardiac arrest. Therefore, it is important for these medical devices to be available and easily accessible. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Galindez. Are there any other members wishing to speak on this bill? Representative Whitaker, you are recognized.
I would also like to stand in support of this bill, but I would like to ask a question about what training might look like for using these devices.
Representative Fortuno, do you yield to this question?
Yes, Madam Speaker. If I could just point my colleagues to lines 1 and 2 of page 3 of the bill. The bill calls for, well, first off, the bill sets standards on the University of Guam and the Guam, specific standards on the University of Guam Community College on how the placement and the operations of the AEDs shall work. And on lines 1 and 2 of page 3, the bill also calls for policies on the training and the use of AEDs and requirements for faculty, staff, coaches, and volunteers. So yes, the legislation does call for the training of the use of AEDs for faculty, staff, coaches, and volunteers that the Board of Regents of the University of Guam and the Board of Trustees and the Guam Community College must adopt policies for. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Fortuno, and thank you, Representative Whitaker. Are there any other members wishing to speak on this bill? Representative Nguyen.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First of all, I'd like to rise in support of this bill, and I commend Representative Fortuno for being super proactive on this issue. I'd just like to say that experts say that all it takes is 90 seconds. They advise that an AED should be around in the closest area accessible in 90 seconds, and that's all it takes. And having in each building would at least get us quite close to that number. And also, since medical preparedness and access to healthcare has been a huge a topic of discussion on our island at this time, and I believe that this bill would address a great part of that issue in making sure that healthcare and especially first aid care is accessible at the most desperate times. And I'd also like to emphasize the fact that every minute that passes, chance of survival decreases by around 10%, which is a huge number. And knowing how many people we lose every year from sudden cardiac arrest, every second counts. And again, I'd like to commend Representative Fortuno for being so proactive. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Nguyen. Are there any other members wishing to speak on this bill? You are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First, I'd like to recognize the efforts of Representative Fortuno for providing automated external defibrillators to the University of Guam and the Guam Community College. And I have a point of inquiry for the main sponsor of the bill.
What is your question, Representative?
In the bill, it mentions that in the University of Guam and the Guam Community College, they shall each annually request from the legislature in Guam additional funding or amendments. I would just like to know what is the average cost to put these automated external defibrillators in the University of Guam and the Guam Community College.
Thank you, Representative Villasotto. Representative Fortuno, do you yield to this question?
Yes, Madam Speaker. And again, I would like to thank Representative Villasotto for her good question. In terms of costs of these AEDs, they run between the ranges of $1,000 to $2,000 for each unit. Of course, it will be up to respective institutions and their boards of regents and the board of trustees to determine the amount of AEDs that are required to be placed at their educational, athletic, and dormitory facilities. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Fortuno. Are there any other members wishing to speak on this bill? Seeing or hearing none, you're welcome. Oh, Representative Paz.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I'm one of the co-sponsors for this bill, and I would just like to express my support for this bill. I want to thank Representative Fortuno as being the main author of this bill. And my main point is that as an American Red Cross, CPR instructor myself, I am all too familiar with the lack of AEDs and the lack of access in our school facilities, specifically at UOG and GCC. We know that AEDs are one of the best interventions against cardiac arrest events. And as it stands, the current training, how to respond to this event, is to, one, call for help or call 911, perform CPR, and then get the AED, and then await for emergency professional care to arrive, like through the ambulance. But as it stands right now, getting the AED is usually the most skipped step due to the lack of access. And the location of these AEDs in our college campuses are usually only limited to either our student health offices or our health education buildings. So for example, I'm a science major student at the University of Guam. If a cardiac arrest event were to happen in the first floor lobby, the nearest AED to me would be in the adjacent School of Health building, which is about 60 or 70 meters away, and I'd still have to go access it, and sometimes it's locked behind an office, right? So in conclusion, this bill intends to improve access to this life-saving technology, and I'm a proud co-sponsor of this bill. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Representative Paz. Are there any other members wishing to speak on this bill? You are recognized.
I would like to show my deepest support in this bill as well for Representative Fortuno. But I was also wondering, if GCC and UOG is a big campus, how many AEDs will be surrounded on that campus as well? Yes.
Representative Fortuno, do you yield to this question?
Yes, Madam Speaker, and I thank the representative for his good question. In terms of the specific placement of these AEDs, again, the bill provides a significant leeway for the University of Guam Board of Regents and the Guam Community College Board of Trustees, which are the policy-making bodies that run these institutions, to create the policies in regards to, if I can go ahead and point representative or my colleagues to lines 26 all the way to lines 26, 27 of page 2 to line 9 or line 8 of page 3. These boards are in charge of determining the locations and the quantities of the AEDs on the campus and the facilities. Section A of the bill specifies 3 types of structures or facilities that the legislation will require the University of Guam and the Guam Community College to place these AEDs. And the reason why we specify these kinds of facilities is that, just for the good knowledge of my colleagues, a law was passed, public law was recently passed by the Governor of Guam that was authored by our counterpart in the legislature, Senator Roy Kinata, which calls for the placement of AEDs at all GovGuam agencies and their offices, right? But this legislation creates the specificity that we want to make sure that these AEDs are not just placed in, if we were to reference our higher ed institutions, not in dean's offices where they're locked up by 5. We want them to be placed at each educational, athletic, and dormitory facilities with the AEDs placed in educational and athletic facilities being accessible to students during school hours, right? And we all know that with our higher institutions, we don't run schools from 7 to 3. We run schools from 8 a.m. till 9 p.m. for universities and colleges. And if these AEDs were to be placed in dean's offices or other types of offices, students between 5 to 9, which tend to be our more older aged individuals taking master's courses, the AEDs would be inaccessible. And so this legislation hopefully creates that specificity for these institutions. But again, to go back to the question, in terms of the placement and the quantities, those will be determined by the boards of both institutions. But again, the legislation creates the specificity on how they will decide that. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Fortuno, and thank you, Representative Atogui.
Thank you.
Are there any other members wishing to speak on this bill? Hearing or seeing none, you are welcome to close. Representative Fortuno.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I am loving the energy in this room. Love the chit-chat. And yes, hopefully with our next few sessions, we get to have a lot of that. We have nearly 30 individuals in the room, so now we can get some of that debate going on. But then, going back to the bill, I want to again thank my colleagues I can't name all of you because there's too much of you guys, but thank all of you guys for expressing your support for this legislation. And but before I close, Madam Speaker, I move to place all members present as co-sponsors of this legislation. Oh, sorry, let me restate my motion. I move to add all members present as co-sponsors to the legislation.
There's been a motion to move all members present as a co-sponsor to Bill 11-34 COR. Are there any objections? Hearing seeing none, motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Yes, and I wanted to make that motion because, again, I want to express the united effort by this body to ensure that, again, we want to be able to provide these life-saving AEDs at our college campuses. And again, we want to also commend our counterparts in the legislature for seeing this need, of course, with Senator Chris Barnett, who was just here earlier, introducing his legislation to place them in our village mayor's offices and our community centers, and with Senator Joaquin Nata enacting legislation, which just became law, to actually place them in all GovGuam agencies and offices, which of course tend to see significant numbers of the public in their offices, right? But to close my legislation, again, I thank my colleagues for expressing their support, and I implore them to vote in favor of this legislation. Situs Maasi, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, and Representative Fortuno, your motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to place Bill 11-34 COR as amended on the floor into the third reading file.
There's been a motion to move Bill 11-34 COR as amended on the floor into the third reading file for voting. Are there any objections? Hearing or seeing none, motion carries. Representative Fortuno, you are once again recognized.
My apologies, Madam Speaker. I'm lost in where we're at. But I move to introduce resolution number 8-34 LS into the second reading file for discussion.
There's been a motion to place resolution number 8-34 LS into the second reading file for discussion. Are there any objections? Hearing seeing none, motion carries. Representative Fortuno, you are recognized.
Situs Maasi, Madam Speaker. Resolution number 8-34 LS, introduced by Representative Austin Geismer Fortuno and Representative Christian Gals Ramos, is relative to recognizing University of Guam STEM students for representing the university and our island at the recent 2023 Society for the Advancement of Chicanos, Hispanics, and Native Americans in Science, or SACNAS, Diversity in STEM Conference, and commending them for their determination and dedication. Sorry, my apologies. And dedication to showing the excellence of UOG students in the field of STEM. For the good knowledge of my colleagues, the 2023 SACNAS National Diversity in STEM Conference, which is the largest multidisciplinary and multicultural science, technology, engineering, and math diversity event in the country, occurred on October 26th to the 28th in Portland, Oregon. And in this conference, 34 UOG student researchers funded by the National SACNAS program, along with the NSF, Guam, EPSCoR, and the Include Seas programs, took the stage to present their findings from their recent research projects, and were able to connect with a supportive community of peers, mentors, and role models throughout the conference, while representing the excellence of UOG students in the field of STEM. And whereas these students and their dedication and resilience that they were able to exhibit showcase the depth of their commitment to advancing their scientific knowledge and in elevating the reputation of our university on the national stage. And these students were able to, the outstanding performances and the presentations that were made by these students underscores the importance of investing in educational programs that support underrepresented groups in STEM disciplines, highlighting the University of Guam's commitment to fostering diversity and equal opportunities in academia. So again, Madam Speaker, This resolution calls for commending these individuals that were that did not just that should not just be thanked for and commended for the dedication and hard work in having to go through their research projects and actually being able to present it, but for representing our island and our university on the national stage at this conference. And so that should conclude my opening remarks, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Is there anyone who would like to speak on this resolution? Representative Paz, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And for my remarks, I just want to speak as one of the members who attended the SACNAS conference, and I thank Representative Fortuno for drafting this resolution. But just to continue on the context, as Representative Fortuno stated, this conference is the largest national conference for diversity in STEM. So if you're all of us are minorities in here, if you are in science or get involved in science, this conference is the place to be at. And during my time through the SACNAS conference, I had the unique opportunity to present my research to a diverse audience, to peers and professionals who looked like myself. And I also made friends from the other US territories, so shout out to Puerto Rico, the Marshall Islands and whatnot. And I also helped put Guam and the University of Guam on the map through the different relationships I made with all of these different universities and programs. And just for a fun fact, the University of Guam and all of the delegates from Guam, we had the largest representative body from any of the states and territories. I believe there was about 60 or 70 of us that attended. Okay. And to close, I strongly encourage all of our future scientists and leaders to attend this conference if they can. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Representative Paz. Are there any other members wishing to speak on this resolution? Seeing or hearing none, you're welcome to close, Representative Fortuno.
Sejus Maasi, Madam Speaker, and I would like to thank my good representative from the University of Guam, Representative Paz, for rising in support and providing the significant context because, we'll get to it. I want to take my opportunity with this closing remarks to go ahead and name these 34 students that definitely deserve some recognition. This resolution calls to recognize and commend the following students for representing the university and our island at the 2023 SACNAS Diversity in STEM Conference. Carl Del Rosario, Kedrick Diego, Jessica Muico, Tui Nguyen, Ariel Santiago, Madeline Gonzalez, Anna Malyari, Brandon Respicio, Cassie Polly, Mariano Campo, Zoe Aurelius, Katrina Mejia, Xavier De Ramos, Sarai Vega, Nico Valencia, Gabe Florencio, Ian Galang, Cheyenne Awa, Maya Ngemais, Lynn Galang, Ariana Sanele, Nathan Paz, right there, Reina Evangelista, Michaela De La Cruz, Francesca Tubayan, Ariane Cruz, Cabrini Uggan, Gabby Piper, Alex Leongaro, Celine Lexina, Isabella Palomo, Ivan Rosell, Samuel Wheaton, and Noah Elbow. These excellent individuals are the individuals that we hope to recognize and commend with this resolution. And again, I thank my colleagues, or I implore my colleagues to support this resolution and vote in favor. Sejus Maasi, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Fortuno. And your motion?
I keep forgetting that part, Madam Speaker. My apologies. I move to place resolution number 8-34 LS into the third reading file. Sejus Maasi.
There's been a motion to place resolution 8-34 LS into the third reading file for voting. Are there any objections? Hearing, seeing none, motion carries. Representative Fortuno, you are once again recognized.
I think the speaker's picking on me. I'm just kidding. My apologies. We have a long list today, and my name seems to be appearing in all of them. I move to place resolution number 9-34 LS into the second reading file for discussion.
There's been a motion to place resolution 9-34 LS into the second reading file for discussion. Are there any objections? Hearing, seeing none, motion carries. Representative Fortuno, you are recognized.
Seduce Masi, Madam Speaker. I'm going to make this one a little shorter, don't worry. This resolution, introduced by myself, Austin Geisler Fortuno, and Representative Christian Gals Ramos, is relative to recognizing the members of the University of Guam Triton Investment Student Organization for representing the university and our island at the Asia Pacific Association for Fiduciary Studies, or APAF's, Pacific Region Investment Conference, and the annual Intercollegiate Finance Competition, or the ICFC, and commending them for their determination and dedication to showing the excellence of UOG students in the field of fiduciary studies. For the knowledge of my colleagues, the 2023 Asia Pacific Association for Fiduciary Studies occurred on November 30th to December 1st, 2023 in Manila, the Philippines, and welcomed over 300 delegates from around the world who learned about aligning their investments with their values and helping them achieve their financial goals and building a sustainable world. In this conference, we had 5 members of the University of Guam Triton Investment Student Organization participate at the conference and the annual Intercollegiate Finance Competition, representing the excellence of UOG students in the field of fiduciary studies. This resolution calls to commend these individuals for their dedication and their determination to not just their commitment to their academic excellence, but of course for their efforts in propelling the university and our island on the global stage. Of course, in this conference where they had the opportunity to not just meet individuals from across the world, but to compete with individuals from across the world. I will save the rest for later. I will conclude my opening remarks at this point, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Fortuno. Are there any members wishing to speak on this bill? Seeing or hearing none, Representative Fortuno, you are welcome to close.
Seduce Masi, Madam Speaker. Oh, my knees hurt. I'm just kidding. Again, I would like to implore my colleagues to support this legislation, but I would like to go ahead and use this part of my closing remarks to go ahead and name the individuals who will be commended by this resolution. Mr. Thor Hauerbach, who is a business administration student at the university, Mr. Michael Andrada, another business administration student, Ms. Heidi Bacani, another business administration and accounting student, Ms. Christiana Ebio, a business administration student, and Mr. Ulysses Grant, a public administration student. Again, this resolution calls to commend these individuals for their academic dedication, their leadership, and their active participation in opportunities that lift up and propel our university and our island on the global stage. Again, I implore my colleagues to support this resolution. Seduce Masi, Madam Speaker. And see, I know this part. I move to place resolution number 9-34LS into the third reading file for voting. Seduce Masi, Madam Speaker.
There has been a motion to place resolution number 9-34LS into the third reading file for voting. Are there any objections? Hearing, seeing none, motion carries. Once again, Representative Austin Fortuno.
I promise you guys, this is the last time you're gonna see me up here and talk. All right, I move to place resolution number 10-34LS into the second reading file for discussion.
There's been a motion to place resolution 10-34LS into the second reading file for discussion. Are there any objections? Hearing, seeing none, motion carries. You're recognized.
Seduce Masi, Madam Speaker. Resolution number 10-34LS, introduced by myself, Austin Gasper Fortuno, Representative Christian Gals Ramos, Representative Julianne Laksamana, and Representative Nathan Paz, is relative to recognizing, commending, and congratulating Dr. Anita Borja Enriquez on the occasion of her recent investiture as the 12th President of the University of Guam, to offer our full support for her tenure as President, to express a warm and sincere undangklun at Seduce Masi to her upholding the University of Guam's role as the preferred choice for higher education in the Pacific region, and to convey our sincere hopes for a future of continued success, growth, and prosperity for the University of Guam under her visionary leadership. For the good knowledge of my colleagues, Dr. Anita Borja Enriquez was installed as the 12th President of the University on November 14th at an investiture ceremony that was held at the UOG Caval Fieldhouse, marking a significant milestone in her long distinguished career in academia and leadership. She began her appointment in August 6 of 2023. She rose above more than 30 applicants and was whittled down to 3 finalists, and she was selected to become the university's next president by the Board of Regents. Dr. Enriquez is a Bachelor of Science in Management from the University of Maryland Global Campus holder, a Master of Business Administration from the University of Guam degree holder, and a Doctor of Business Administration and International Business Administration and Marketing from Alliant International University. I want to emphasize this point because if I am not mistaken, Dr. Anita Borja Enriquez is the first president of the University of Guam to actually receive a graduate degree from the University of Guam, which encaptures her commitment to driving excellence for our university. Before moving to the presidency, Dr. Enriquez was the university's senior vice president and provost for more than 10 years, and in her term, she was able to bring in significant progress for our university and driving up our academic enterprise and spearheading initiatives, which includes the university's current 8-year accreditation that she was able to accomplish under her leadership. I also want to acknowledge the fact that Dr. Enriquez will be the second female to become president of the University of Guam after Dr. Rosa Baza Carter in 1971. We've seen it in the past 4 years. It seems to be not just the year of the Famalaan, it's going to be the decade of the Famalaan. And again, Dr. Enriquez is just one of those people that continue to continue to be part of the group of individuals in our community who are breaking the highest class ceilings. And again, this resolution expresses our support for her recent installation and to commend her for her leadership and to express our hopes for her leadership of the university for the next 5 years. Sidus Maasi, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Fortuno. Is there any member wishing to speak on this resolution? Representative Laksamana, you are recognized.
Buenas and happy day to all. I would just like to rise in support of the resolution acknowledging the 12th President of the University of Guam and to give a heartfelt congratulations once again to President Enriquez. And as Representative Fortuno has stolen from my bit, she is our first president that has a degree from our university. It was her, I believe, her MBA. But before she was president, she was the School of Business and Public Administration Dean. And during her time as a dean, she has helped streamline the internship processes as well as contributing to the building management we all know and appreciate. Afterwards, she has served as the Senior Vice President and Provost for a decade, building national relations and leading the WASC accreditation for the university. President Enriquez has been an institutional asset to our university for a grand amount of years and has made monumental strides since officially beginning her position a few months prior. And within a few months in office, she has broken ground for 4 new buildings on our campus, worked on multiple MOUs for pathway internships with private sectors, hosted multiple surveys to improve the quality of campus life for students, amongst many other things to really showcase her vision of moving upward or tulis motna for the community and the region. There's a whole list I could speak on regarding the quality and character of President Enriquez, but I'm sure through the next 5 years, I'm sure that Guam will be able to see what I mean. President Enriquez, you are the embodiment of what it means to be a UOG Triton, and it's an honor to be a student and a leader under your administration. Congratulations once again. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Laksamana. Are there any other members wishing to speak on this resolution? Hearing or seeing none, Representative Fortuno.
Sidus Maasi, Madam Speaker, and again, I thank my fellow co-sponsor to the resolution, Representative Julie Laksamana, for giving her personal testimony in her personal experience as a student in the School of Business and Public Administration, and in commending Dr. Enriquez for her tireless leadership in the past few years. I'm going to make this part short. But yes, again, this resolution calls for a heartfelt congratulations to Dr. Enriquez and in expressing our hopes for the future of the university. Under her new leadership, Dr. Enriquez plans to unveil our university's new strategic plan, which will run from 2024 to 2029, titled Tulos Mokna, or Paddling Forward in Unison. which is the university's island-centric collective effort to propel the university forward and symbolizes the unity and the collaborative spirit of the university community towards shared goals. Through this resolution, we hope to express our support and in helping her accomplish the significant goals that she has to lift up our university. And that will conclude my closing remarks. I move to place resolution number 10-34 LS into the third reading file for voting.
Thank you, Representative Fortuno. There has been a motion to place Resolution 10-34 LS into the third reading file for voting. Are there any objections? Hearing, seeing none, motion carries. We will now be in a short recess before we continue. Thank you.
We are now back from recess. Lily Vinch, you are recognized.
I would like to make a motion to place Resolution 11-34 LS into the second reading file for discussion.
There has been a motion to place resolution number 11-34 into a second reading file for discussion. Are there any objections? Seeing none, the motion carries. Speaker Vince, you are recognized.
Thank you. Today, this resolution recognizes and extends a heartfelt congratulations to the individuals who have joined our Guam Youth Congress, becoming the leaders of our island's youth. Your commitment to shaping a brighter future is commendable, and we applaud your dedication to the principles that drive positive change. As stewards of progress, you carry the responsibility of guiding and guarding our next generation towards a future marked by resilience. Your presence in the Youth Congress signifies a collective commitment to fostering an environment where ideas flourish and the voice of the youth resonates. May your tenure be marked by collaboration, wisdom, and a relentless pursuit of progress. Together, let us empower the youth and overcome challenges, embrace diversity, and forge a path towards a more promising tomorrow. Thank you, and congratulations to our 14 newly inducted representatives.
Thank you. Now, is there anyone who would like to speak on this resolution? Representative Toe, you are recognized.
Thank you. I would like to express my sincerest congratulations to our new members of the Guam Youth Congress. It is great to see everybody here today, family members and friends, and I thank you for being supportive and encouraging pillars of support that you are. Thank you, Madam Speaker, Vice Speaker, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you to deliver for our youth. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Representative Whitaker, you are now recognized.
I'd just like to echo everything Representative Vince said in her resolution, and it makes me so happy to see all our chairs filled. Thank you.
Are there any more representatives who would like to speak? Yes, Representative Paz, you are recognized. Oh, Fortuno, you are recognized.
It's all right, Madam Vice Speaker. Again, I want to also share the same sentiment that the previous speakers have spoken, and of course, recognizing and congratulating our 14 new members. As Senator Barnett kind of tapped into when he was making his remarks, right? Very significant individuals in our community today came from the not the 34th, but came from the Guam Youth Congress, which has been a policy-making body that's inclusive of the youth since 1971. Our current Lieutenant Governor, Joshua Tenorio, was a former speaker of the Guam Youth Congress at one point. Our current legislative secretary of the 37th Guam Legislature, Senator Amanda Shelton, was a member of the Guam Youth Congress at one point. Senator Roy Kinata and Senator Dwayne St. Nicholas. These individuals that we see today that run our island, that create policies that lift our communities, these people emerged from the Guam Youth Congress. They got these insights, these trainings, the acumen. A lot of these things were things that they were able to enhance during their time in the Youth Congress, and in the years beyond, they were able to take it the higher step in jumping into public service to assist our island and to support individuals in our community. And I hope that's a takeaway that you can take from this experience, is that this is definitely a stepping stool for you to further your efforts into supporting our community and our island. The Guam Youth Congress can definitely be a way for you to do that. Maybe you're in high school, you're in college, right? You're thinking of ways that you can help your community, and I want you to know that this body can help you do that. Of course, I suggest that you take the opportunity to get to know your peers, work with them, They will be your partners in helping you accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Again, I thank the speaker for proffering this resolution to commend you guys, and good job. And I look forward to the many discussions that you guys will bring. And Situs Masi.
Thank you, Representative Fortuno. Is there anyone else who would like to speak on this resolution? Seeing or hearing none, you are welcome to close, Speaker Vinch.
I think Representative Whitaker kind of tied it all together, as well as Representative Fortuno and Representative Toe, that we are more than happy to have these seats filled. It gets the discussion going on the floor, and we're really thankful to have you guys here for that. So once again, congratulations, and may your journey in leading the youth be filled with impactful achievements and lasting legacies. Thank you. I would like to move to place Resolution 11-34LS into the third reading file for voting.
There has been a motion to remove resolution number 11-34LS to the third reading file for voting. Are there any objections? Seeing none, the motion carries. Representative Toe, you are recognized.
I would like to make a motion to place resolution number 12-34 into the reading file for discussion.
There has been a motion to place resolution number 12-34 into the second reading file for discussion. Are there any objections? Seeing none, motion carries. Representative Toe, you are recognized.
Thank you. Vice Speaker, I rise today to speak about resolution 12-34 relative to recognizing and congratulating the Father Duenas Memorial School 2023 to 2024 football team on their 8th consecutive island-wide ISA Boys High School Football Championship. Many more momentous accomplishments, commending them on their positive impact to the island sports community. As a Father Duenas Memorial School representative, I couldn't be more proud to recognize the FD football team on their many momentous accomplishments. On November 18, 2023, the Father Duenas Memorial School football team won and celebrated their 8th consecutive championship, starting from the school year 2016 to 2017. This wouldn't have been possible without their outstanding coaching staff, including head coach Bruce Meno, assistant head coach Keone Badua, as well as 9 other assistant coaches who have all played a vital role in each player's growth, health, scholarship, and success both on and off the field. The football team has an ongoing winning streak of 72 consecutive games, and that has not let any of their opposing teams to score on them for the past 2 seasons. Many football graduates have also been offered scholarships and have gone on to play at the collegiate level. Father Duenas football has served as a vessel for the sports community to come together and enjoy watching their loved ones play the game of football, and will continue to do so for many years to come. Sejus Maris.
Thank you. Is there anyone who would like to speak on this resolution? Seeing or hearing none, you are welcome to close.
I would just like to reiterate my sincere and utmost congratulations to the FD football team for their 8th consecutive championship. And I motion to move resolution number 12-34 to the third reading file for voting.
There has been a motion to move resolution 12-34 into the third reading file for voting. Are there any objections? Seeing none, the motion carries. Representative Toe, you are recognized.
I would like to make a motion to place resolution 13-34 into the second reading file for discussion.
There has been a motion to place resolution 13-34 into the second reading file for discussion. Are there any objections? Yes, Representative Fortuno.
Sejus Masi, Madam Vice Speaker, I believe resolution 13-34, which is relative to condemning acts of violence in Guam schools and urging the Guam Department of Education and all schools in Guam to work towards eliminating violence in schools. I am objecting because the resolution is substantive in nature. It takes a position for the body, and the bill Oh, my apologies. Am I not speaking on the right resolution? Okay. Okay, 14. All right. I will reserve my remarks for later. I recant my motion. Excuse me.
All right, thank you. Um, so, seeing none now, the motion carries. Representative Toe, you are recognized.
Thank you. I rise today to speak about Resolution 13-34 relative to recognizing the Father James Memorial School soccer team on winning their school year 2023 to 2024 championship on the 14th day of December 2023 and commending them on an undefeated season and wishing them well on their seasons to come. Just this Thursday on December 14, 2023, the Father James Memorial School soccer team won and celebrated their latest sports achievement. This wouldn't have been possible without their outstanding coaching staff, including head coach Keith Dixon and assistant coach Noah Bomba and Robert Haddock, who have played a vital role in each player's growth, health, scholarship, and success both on and off the field. Father Drainage Soccer has served as a vessel for the sports community to come together and enjoy watching their loved ones play the game of soccer and will continue to do so for years to come. Thank you.
Is there anyone who would like to speak upon this resolution? Seeing or hearing none, you are welcome to close.
Thank you. I would just like to reiterate my congratulations to the FD soccer team, and I motion to move resolution number 13-34 to the third reading file for voting.
There has been a motion to move resolution 14-34 to the third reading file for voting. Are there any objections? Seeing none, the motion carries. I apologize, 13-34 into the second reading file or the third reading file for voting. Any objections? Seeing none, motion carries. Now moving on to legislative item number 18. Oh, I apologize. Representative Toe, you are recognized.
I motion to move resolution number 14-34 to the second reading file for discussion.
There has been a motion to place resolution 14-34 into the second reading file for discussion. Are there any objections? Representative Fortuno.
Madam Vice Speaker, I'm objecting due to the nature of the resolution being substantive in nature and the lack of a committee report from the Committee on Education and Youth Affairs. Thank you, Madam Vice Speaker.
Resolution number 14-34 has been objected. All those in favor? All those in favor of objecting resolution 14-34 into the second reading file? So Representative Toe has moved to put resolution number 14-34 into the second reading file for discussion, and Representative Fortuno has objected. All those in favor of putting the resolution 14-34 into the second reading file for discussion, please raise your hand. Okay, motion fails. Resolution number 14-34 is now removed. Now moving on to legislative item number 18, Representative Fortuno, you are recognized.
Sujus Masi, Madam Vice Speaker, I move to make second roll call reflect first roll call.
There has been a motion to have a second roll call reflect the first roll call. Are there any objections? Seeing none, motion carries. We're in a brief recess before starting the voting file. Thank you.
The 34th Guam Youth Congress is now back from recess. Vice Speaker Cho, your motion.
I would like to make a motion to reconsider the action of the body on Bill 10-34 COR.
There's been a motion to reconsider the action of the body on Bill 10-34 COR. Are there any objections? Hearing seeing none, motion carries. Representative To, your motion.
I make a motion to refer Bill 10-34 back to committee.
There's been a motion to refer Bill 10-34 COR into the Committee on Appropriations, Taxations, Government and Operations and Municipal Affairs. Are there any objections? Hearing seeing none, motion carries. We are now on legislative item 19, the voting file. Recording Secretary, please read the title for Bill 11-34 COR as amended on the floor.
Bill number 11-34 COR as amended on the floor, introduced by Representatives Fortuno, Ramos, Paz, and Laksamana. An act to add a new section 33108 to Chapter 33 of Title 17 Guam Code Annotative relative to requiring the availability of automated external defibrillators at all facilities of the University of Guam and the Guam Community College by June 30th, 2024, and to cite this act as the Access to Life-Saving AEDs at UOG and GCC Campuses Act of 2023.
Thank you. Roll call with votes, please.
Representative On. Representative Atogui. Representative Agui. Vice Speaker Cho. Representative Conception. Representative Conception, aye. Representative Cruz. Representative Cruz, aye. Representative Fortuno. Representative Fortuno, aye. Representative Galindez. Representative Galindez, aye. Representative Gale. Representative Gale, aye. Representative Hemlani. Representative Hemlani excused. Motion to excuse members not present. Okay. Representative Jolly. Representative Jolly, aye. Representative Karasoma. Representative Karasoma, aye. Representative Laksamana. Representative Laksamana, aye. Representative JND. Representative JND, aye. Representative Noe Lee. Representative Noe Lee, aye. Representative Mann. Representative Mann excused. Representative Nguyen. Representative Nguyen, aye. Representative Paz. Representative Paz, aye. Representative Alandes. Representative Alandes, aye. Representative Pangilinan. Representative Pangilinan, aye. Representative Kitsisiu. Representative Kitsisiu, aye. Representative Ramos. Representative Ramos excused. Representative Kianlin Santos. Representative Kianlin Santos excused. Representative Lycee Santos. Representative Lycee Santos, aye. Representative To. Representative To, aye. Representative Whitaker. Representative Whitaker, aye. Representative Villasoto. Representative Villasoto, aye. Speaker Vinch. Speaker Vinch, aye. Representative Yang. Representative Yang, aye.
Bill 11-34 COR as amended on the floor received 25 yes, 0 nays, and 3 excused. Bill 11-34 COR as amended on the floor hereby passes by this body. Please read the title for Resolution 8-34 LS.
Resolution number 8-34 LS, introduced by Representatives Fortuno and Ramos, relative to recognizing University of Guam STEM students for representing the university and our island at 2023 Society for the Advancement of Chicanos/Hispanics and Native Americans in Science, SACNAS Diversity in STEM Conference, and commending them for their determination and dedication to showing the excellence of UOG students in the field of STEM.
Thank you. Roll call with votes, please.
Representative On, Representative On, aye. Representative Atoigui, Representative Atoigui, aye. Representative Agri, Representative Agri, aye. Vice Speaker Cho, Vice Speaker Cho, aye. Representative Consumption, Representative Consumption, aye. Representative Cruz, Representative Cruz, aye. Representative Fortuno, Representative Fortuno, aye. Representative Galindez, Representative Galindez, aye. Representative Gale, Representative Gale, aye. Representative Hamlani, Representative Hamlani, excused. Representative Jolly, Representative Jolly, aye. Representative Carasoma, Representative Carasoma, aye. Representative Laksamana, Representative Laksamana, aye. Representative JND, Representative JND, aye. Representative Noe Lee, Representative Noe Lee, aye. Representative Mann, Representative Mann, excused. Representative Nguyen, Representative Nguyen, aye. Representative Paz, Representative Paz, aye. Representative Alondes, Representative Alondes, aye. Representative Pangilinan, Representative Pangilinan, aye. Representative Kichichu, Representative Kichichu, aye. Representative Ramos, Representative Ramos, excused. Representative Kianalyn Santos, Representative Kianalyn Santos, excused. Representative Lycee Santos, Representative Lycee Santos, aye. Representative Toe, Representative Toe, aye. Representative Whitaker, Representative Whitaker, aye. Representative Villasoto, Representative Villasoto, aye. Speaker Vinch, Speaker Vinch, aye. Representative Yang, Representative Yang, aye. Yes.
Resolution 8-34 LS received 25 ayes, 0 nays, with 3 excused. Resolution 8-34 LS hereby passes by this body. Please read title for Resolution 9-34 LS.
Resolution number 9-34 LS, introduced by Representatives Fortuno and Ramos, relative to recognizing the members of the University of Guam Trident Investment Student Organization for representing the university and our island at the Asia Pacific Association for Fiduciary Studies Pacific Region Investment Conference and the annual Intercollegiate Finance Competition, and commending them for their determination and dedication to showing the excellence of UOG students in the field of fiduciary studies.
Thank you. Roll call with votes, please.
Representative On, Representative On, aye. Representative Atoigui, Representative Atoigui, aye. Representative Agri, Representative Agri, aye. Vice Speaker Cho, Vice Speaker Cho, aye. Representative Consumption, Representative Consumption, aye. Representative Cruz, Representative Cruz, aye. Representative Fortuno, Representative Fortuno, aye. Representative Galindez, Representative Galindez, aye. Representative Gale, Representative Gale, aye. Representative Hamlani, Representative Hamlani, excused. Representative Jolly, Representative Jolly, aye. Representative Carasoma, Representative Carasoma, aye. Representative Laksamana, Representative Laksamana, aye. Representative Jayon Lee, Representative Jayon Lee, aye. Representative Noe Lee, Representative Noe Lee, aye. Representative Mann, excused. Representative Nguyen, Representative Nguyen, aye. Representative Paz, Representative Paz, aye. Representative Melendez. Representative Melendez, aye. Representative Pangilinan. Representative Pangilinan, aye. Representative Kichicho. Representative Kichicho, aye. Representative Ramos. Representative Ramos, excuse. Representative Kianadan Santos. Representative Kianadan Santos, excuse. Representative Dicey Santos. Representative Dicey Santos, aye. Representative Toe. Representative Toe, aye. Representative Whitaker. Representative Whitaker, aye. Representative Villasoto. Representative Villasoto, aye. Speaker Vinch. Speaker Vinch, aye. Representative Yang. Representative Yang, aye.
Resolution 9-34 LS received 25 ayes, 0 nays with 3 excused. Resolution 9-34 LS hereby passes by this body. Please read title for Resolution 10-34 LS.
Resolution number 10-34 LS, introduced by Representatives Fortuno, Ramos, Laxamana, and Paz, relative to recognizing, commending, and congratulating Dr. Anita Borja Enriquez on the occasion of her recent investiture as the 12th President of the University of Guam, to offer our full support for her tenure as President, to express a warm and sincere undangkalu na sizuus maasi to her for upholding the University of Guam's role as the preferred choice for higher education in the Pacific region, and to convey our sincere hopes for the future of continued success, growth, and prosperity for the University of Guam under her visionary leadership.
Thank you. Roll call with votes, please.
Representative On. Representative On, aye. Representative Atoygui. Representative Atoygui, aye. Representative Agui. Representative Agui, aye. Vice Speaker Cho. Vice Speaker Cho, aye. Representative Concepcion. Representative Concepcion, aye. Representative Cruz. Representative Cruz, aye. Representative Fortuno. Representative Fortuno, aye. Representative Galindez. Representative Galindez, aye. Representative Gale. Representative Gale, aye. Representative Hamlani. Representative Hamlani, excuse. Representative Jolly. Representative Jolly, aye. Representative Kersoma. Representative Kersoma, aye. Representative Laxamana. Representative Laxamana, aye. Representative Jayon Lee. Representative Jayon Lee, aye. Representative Noe Lee. Representative Noe Lee, aye. Representative Mann. Representative Mann, excuse. Representative Nguyen. Representative Nguyen, aye. Representative Paz. Representative Paz, aye. Representative Hernandez. Representative Hernandez, aye. Representative Pangilinan. Representative Pangilinan, aye. Representative Kichicho. Representative Kichicho, aye. Representative Ramos. Representative Ramos, excused. Representative Kianadan Santos. Representative Kianadan Santos, excused. Representative Dicey Santos. Representative Dicey Santos, aye. Representative Toe. Representative Toe, aye. Representative Whitaker. Representative Whitaker, aye. Representative Villasoto. Representative Villasoto, aye. Speaker Vinch. Speaker Vinch, aye. Representative Yang. Representative Yang, aye.
Resolution 10-34 LS received 25 ayes, 0 nay with 3 excused. Resolution 10-34 LS hereby passes by this body. Please read the title for Resolution 11-34 LS.
Resolution 11-34 LS, introduced by Speaker Vinch, relative to recognizing the 13 newly sworn-in members of the 34th Guam Youth Congress and commending them for their dedication, exemplary leadership, the trust now vested in them by those they serve, and their commitment to fostering positive change and shaping a better future for the island of Guam.
Thank you. Roll call with votes, please.
Representative On. Representative On, aye. Representative Atoygui. Representative Atoygui, aye. Representative Angry. Representative Angry, aye. Vice Speaker Cho. Vice Speaker Cho, aye. Representative Consumption. Representative Consumption, aye. Representative Cruz. Representative Cruz, aye. Representative Fortuno. Representative Fortuno, aye. Representative Galindez. Representative Galindez, aye. Representative Gale. Representative Gale, aye. Representative Hamlani. Representative Hamlani, excused. Representative Jolly. Representative Jolly, aye. Representative Kersoma. Representative Kersoma, aye. Representative Laksamana. Representative Laksamana, aye. Representative Jayon Lee. Representative Jayon Lee, aye. Representative Noe Lee. Representative Noe Lee, aye. Representative Mann. Representative Mann, excused. Representative Nguyen. Representative Nguyen, aye. Representative Paz. Representative Paz, aye. Representative Olandes. Representative Olandes, aye. Representative Pangilinan. Representative Pangilinan, aye. Representative Kitchu. Representative Kitchu, aye. Representative Ramos. Representative Ramos, excused. Representative Kianalyn Santos. Representative Kianalyn Santos, excused. Representative Lycée Santos. Representative Lycée Santos, aye. Representative Toe. Representative Toe, aye. Representative Whitaker. Representative Whitaker, aye. Representative Villasoto. Representative Villasoto, aye. Speaker Bench. Speaker Bench, aye. Representative Yang. Representative Yang, aye. Yeah, same thing.
Resolution 11-34 LS received 25 ayes, 0 nays, with 3 excused. Resolution 11-34 LS hereby passes by our body. Please read title for Resolution 12-34 LS.
Resolution number 12-34, introduced by Representative Toe, relative to recognizing and congratulating the Father Dueñas Memorial School 2023 to 2024 football team on their 8th consecutive island-wide Interscholastic Sports Association High School Football Championship. Many more momentous accomplishments, commending them on their positive impact to the island sports community.
Thank you. Roll call with votes, please.
Representative On. Representative On, aye. Representative Atoygui. Representative Atoygui, aye. Representative Angry. Representative Angry, aye. Vice Speaker Cho. Vice Speaker Cho, aye. Representative Concepcion. Representative Concepcion, aye. Representative Cruz. Representative Cruz, aye. Representative Fortuno. Representative Fortuno, aye. Representative Galindez. Representative Galindez, aye. Representative Gale. Representative Gale, aye. Representative Hamlani. Representative Hamlani, excused. Representative Jolly. Representative Jolly, aye. Representative Kersoma. Representative Kersoma, aye. Representative Laksamana. Representative Laksamana, aye. Representative Jayon Lee. Representative Jayon Lee, aye. Representative Noe Lee. Representative Noe Lee, aye. Representative Mann. Representative Mann, excuse. Representative Nguyen. Representative Nguyen, aye. Representative Paz. Representative Paz, aye. Representative Olandes. Representative Olandes, aye. Representative Pangilinan. Representative Pangilinan, aye. Representative Kitsu. Representative Kitsu, aye. Representative Ramos. Representative Ramos, excuse. Representative Kianalyn Santos. Representative Kianalyn Santos, excuse. Representative Lycée Santos. Representative Lycée Santos, aye. Representative Toe. Representative Toe, aye. Representative Whitaker. Representative Whitaker, aye. Representative Villasoto. Representative Villasoto, aye. Speaker Vinch. Speaker Vinch, aye. Representative Yang. Representative Yang, aye.
Resolution 12-34 LS received 25 ayes, 0 nays, with 3 excused. Resolution 12-34 LS hereby passes by this body. Please read title for Resolution 13-34 LS.
Resolution number 13-34 LS, introduced by Representative Toe, relative to recognizing the Father Duenas Memorial Independent Interscholastic Athletic Association of Guam High School Boys Soccer Team on winning the school year 2023 to 2024 championship, and commending them on an undefeated season, and wishing them well on their seasons to come.
Thank you. Roll call with votes, please.
Representative On, aye. Representative Atogui, aye. Representative Agri, aye. Representative Vice Speaker Cho, aye. Representative Consumption, aye. Representative Cruz, aye. Representative Fortuno, aye. Representative Galindez, aye. Representative Gale, aye. Representative Hamlani, excuse. Representative Jolly, aye. Representative Carasoma, aye. Representative Laxamana, aye. Representative Jayon Lee, aye. Representative Noe Lee, aye. Representative Mann, excuse. Representative Nguyen, aye. Representative Paz, aye. Representative Alandes, aye. Representative Pangilinan, aye. Representative Kisisu, aye. Representative Ramos, excuse. Representative Kiana Lynn Santos, excuse. Representative Lycée Santos, aye. Representative Toe, aye. Representative Whitaker, aye. Representative Villasoto, aye. Speaker Vinch, aye. Representative Yang, aye.
Thank you. Resolution 13-34 LS received 25 ayes, 0 nays with 3 excused. Resolution 13-34 LS hereby passes by this body. Back onto legislative agenda item 19 for brief extension of remarks. Would any representative like to speak? Representative Fortuno, you are recognized.
I'll make this one short, I promise. I want to go ahead and take this opportunity to thank my colleagues for voting in favor unanimously in favor of Bill 11-34 COR. Again, these are one of these bills that we intend to introduce to ensure the safety of our students in our campuses, and I thank the body for voting unanimously. I just want to go ahead and greet everyone. Well, first, congratulations again on being sworn in, and I wish you all a Feliz Pascuas and Viva Año Nuevo. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Fortuno. Are there any other members with any other remarks? Seeing, hearing none. Does anyone have any announcements to share? Representative Paz, your motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn today's session, subject to call of the Speaker.
There's been a motion to adjourn to the subject to the call of the Speaker. Are there any objections? Hearing or seeing none, motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you. Suzuis Mahasi, everyone, and congratulations to our new members.